Alright, what is going on everyone? My name is Derek and welcome to my new channel, 7ply Therapy. Now before we get into the topic of anxiety, I wanted to share my hopes for the channel. My goal is to create a platform where skaters can safely open up about mental health while providing each other with support and healthy advice. So I ask that we please keep negative suggestions out of the comment section. With that being said, I want to remind everyone that these videos are not meant to be therapy, but a source of information and skill building. So if you are experiencing suicidal thoughts and/or a mental health crisis, please reach out to a loved one or call 988 for 24/7 support. First, we should define what anxiety is so that we're all on the same page. Anxiety at its core is an intrusive amount of fear and worrying over normal everyday situations that are typically expressed through symptoms such as sweating and clamminess, rapid heart rate, fast-paced shallow breathing, some shaking, muscle tension, along with some other symptoms including intrusive and irrational thoughts. But we'll talk a little bit more about those in a minute. You might be asking yourself, how does this affect me as a skater? It can affect you from something as simple as a game of skate with friends to something as big as a competition. If you notice that you're not landing tricks that are normally easy for you and are having thoughts where you're second guessing or doubting yourself, more likely than not you're experiencing anxiety. Whether it's performance anxiety or social anxiety for being in front of a crowd to maybe anxiety over getting injured. Now before we get into how we address these symptoms, we should first talk about where they come from. You see, the brain has a section called the amygdala, and the amygdala is in charge of a couple of things, one of them being the autonomic nervous system, which controls our breathing, heart rate, blood pressure, and the other one is the endocrine system, which controls hormone release such as epinephrine, which puts us into fight, flight, or freeze, and cortisol, which is the stress hormone. Obviously the dysregulation of the amygdala is definitely not good for a skater's performance, so we want to regulate it. And the best way to do this is by relaxing the body, because if we can relax the body, then we can show the brain there's nothing to worry about or nothing to fear. The simplest way to do that is through some deep breathing exercises, but I'm not going to get into detail on how to do them because there are plenty of videos out there that do so. If you guys are interested on it, just let me know and we can definitely do a video on that. Today I'll just talk about the methods I like to use with my patients, which I like to call the 4 + 2 = 6 method. Pretty easy to remember. You breathe in slowly through your nose for 4 seconds, you hold it for 2, and you exhale for 6, slowly out your mouth as if you were trying to blow out a candle. If you can do this anywhere between 3 to 7 minutes, you'll start to notice symptoms begin to go away. You might be asking yourself, wait, how does this manage my intrusive thoughts though that you mentioned earlier? If you're focusing on the breathing patterns and counting the seconds, you'll be distracting your mind from these intrusive thoughts. But there's another way to address this, and I'll use a simple skate analogy to kind of help understand. Imagine your consciousness is you and your mind is your skate park. Now you want to skate and have fun, but there are other skaters, kids in scooters, people in skates or bikes. They get in the way just like intrusive thoughts. Our goal is not to kick everyone out of the park. That's impossible. Just like it's impossible to have a fully clear and empty mind. We're always thinking of something. Our goal is to notice other people so that we don't run into them, but not put too much attention so that we're distracted from what we're doing. The same goes for our intrusive thoughts. We want to acknowledge the thoughts, but then gently bring our focus back to what we were doing. That way we don't stay stuck on these intrusive thoughts. So now that we know more about anxiety and understand its symptoms, I want to remind everyone these skills, just like skateboarding, take time and practice. So don't expect yourself to be perfect. Just go out there and practice them as much as you skate. And with that being said, I think I should get some skating done. Unfortunately, as I was recording, it started to rain, as you can probably tell from the gloomy weather. So I wasn't able to skate, but I did end up going back and getting the clip I wanted. There you go. Alright, now I haven't skated in about 16 years and recently picked up skating again, so you guys are gonna have to bear with me, and we're gonna try one hard trick, or at least hard for me. I never really learned no slides, so today I'm hoping to learn no slides. So we'll give it a try. I do wish the no slide came out better than that. I Could have slid further and gone faster. But like I said, I'm just getting back into skating. So at the end of the day, I'll take it. If you guys do have questions, be sure to leave them in the comments and I'll gladly answer whatever I can. Y'all have an awesome day and get some skating.